He received orders to take the treasonous Elizabeth and the secret documents from the French and set off on an adventure. Little did he know it was a will. Once he opened the documents, he realized had been a partner in crime all along. So, he told Elizabeth, from now on, the army would take orders from her to help her ascend the throne, and then he handed the will back to her. However, at this very moment, Elizabeth simply yearned to express, "This game of power is excessively intricate. I have no desire to participate." "I'm sorry, I'm just so confused. What's your name again? Is this a secret mission?" "Your name?" Watching Elizabeth pull this off, Catherine was left dumbfounded, and she only came back to reality after her daughter left. She left the scribe to uncover the truth, realizing she misunderstood from the start. Even though she craved power, she's still a mom, so guilty Catherine decided to give Elizabeth a surprise. But this decision led to her untimely demise. Talk about unfair. The Russian emperors really mean business. He just stared directly at Catherine, thinking, "I could use an apology. Why can't you be a bit cuter?" But Peter didn't say a word, just stiffly walked up to her, pointed at his will, indicating, "Check this out." Feeling guilty, Catherine sincerely told Peter she would make it up to their daughter. The next morning, Catherine barged into Elizabeth's room and scared the daylights out of her when she woke up. Then the mom, looking all guilty, said, "I'm so sorry. Power blinded me." After thinking it through, she realized everything with Mensikov and Osterman really hit hard. To compensate, she vowed to name Elizabeth heir at the next assembly and arrest Mensikov and Osterman immediately. Then she added, hoping her daughter would forgive her and help govern the kingdom Peter left behind. Those court officials she couldn't handle at all. They were like devils that chew you up and spit out the bones. If Peter were around, they wouldn't even dare stir up trouble, but sadly she came from humble beginnings and couldn't handle these people, leaving good-hearted Elizabeth both terrified and shocked. However, she still opted to forgive her. After all, this was her mother, and only this could be considered as true reconciliation. Nevertheless, what lies ahead may present an even more significant crisis. Well, that's a story for later. For now, the mother-daughter bond is back on track, so Elizabeth's 3 handguards definitely don't need to be locked. As for the spy in the city, Isla Stock, Catherine had no idea she was involved, and Osterman didn't plan to deal with her, just scare her a bit and let her go. If she's gone, the French will send others. Soon, Shivalov, Samin, etc. return to the palace. Before long, Shivalov and Samin returned to the palace, and Mafilov was overjoyed to see Shivalov again. But when he heard what Voron said, his face fell instantly. Who would have guessed Shivalov had fallen head over heels for Praskovia? During the treatment, Shivalov's gaze was off, and Mafilov was naturally displeased, so he casually dropped the bomb about Praskovia's engagement. Mafilov's got quite the scheming mind, and he's about to pull off something more unique. Shivalov asked the princess to help him meet Praskovia for answers. Elizabeth naturally agreed, while on the other side, Mensikov and Osterman got the latest scoop. Catherine is going to announce Elizabeth as the next heir in the latest council meeting. And arrest them too. There's no way they just give up easily, and even without the arrests, Elizabeth wouldn't let them off the hook. So, these 2 old foxes prepared to poison Catherine in the palace and then support Peter the Great's grandson Peter Roman II as the heir. The exact timing is set for tomorrow because it's Praskovia's engagement party, and of course, Elizabeth will be there. Elizabeth's sister Anna will go to the hunting grounds tomorrow, and the elite guard will directly seal off the palace. The outcome is crystal clear. The man took down Queen Catherine without mercy, pouring an entire bottle of poison into her. Then Mensikov, the mastermind, coerced Catherine into signing with the promise of an antidote, stating Peter Roman II would be the next heir. Subtitle: After signing the will, the ambitious Menshikov wouldn't spare her. The next poison's no antidote. Meanwhile, Elizabeth was completely unaware of all this and arrived at Praskovia's engagement party, ready to help Shivalov spend some quality time with his lady. They quickly expressed their feelings for each other, but what could Shivalov, a mere squire, really do? Upon learning all this, Elizabeth was determined to help them, so she told Praskovia she'd get her mom to come up with a plan. Then the next moment, a terrible news struck like a bolt from the blue. Her mom was gravely ill, and this was truly despairing. Elizabeth hurried back to the palace, but on the way she was ambushed. Mensikov wanted to eliminate the root of the problem. He knew as long as Elizabeth was around, Whoever sat on the throne would be nothing but a fraud, so he planned to take both mother and daughter out. Thankfully, Simeon and his crew were quite skilled, allowing Elizabeth to escape alive. When she arrived at the quarters, her mother lay on the bed, looking dazed. Elizabeth didn't even get to say a word. Queen ended her reign, and Elizabeth was heartbroken, furiously calling out Minsikov and Osterman. "You're robbers," she roared. "How could you treat my mother like this?" She ruthlessly questioned, "How could you do this?" Minsikov just smirked back with derision, already plotting his next move. The next emperor will be Peter Roman II. This statement hit like thunder, shocking everyone. Those two, Minsikov and Osterman, are truly ruthless. They worked hard to cultivate this underage emperor.